Great. Now I gotta review this piece of scrap. Let's get this over with. What's up, guys? It's me, Soundwave Gamer. Now, originally I had done a video on this while I was on vacation. I'm still questioning if I should put it out or not. It's very cringy. I had attempted 6 times and it didn't work out either times. So I'm just doing this, and mainly because I wanted to get a new section into this. Yes, I know I've only put up a few videos, but let's work with it. Yes, this will be going up right before Hound, so as you know, this is going up before Hound, so yeah. Hound's review is coming. This guy wanted to get out of the way because, well, let's see. What do I hate about this thing? Well, for starters, it's a Robots in Disguise figure. That's always a plus. You know, I really should have taken something down first. Soundwave, yes. So I only own 2 figures from the RID line, and I'll be showing one of them off in this video. Mainly because he's the most easiest Transformer I have in my collection at this moment. So, box, basic Transformers ordeal, but you have a nice animation model for the artwork. Not an animation for that. Transformers logo on the side. Fold the back. You have the instructions. Now RID has the instructions on the box. You have him and his vehicle mode. You have his minicon, and you have the game thing. So that's basically it. So let's get this out of the way. Then get to the real piece of crap. Where do I begin with this figure? Well, first off, this is probably going to be one of the tallest deluxes I ever have at this moment in time. Where you see, his legs are bent as such. So, with the right amount of height, yeah. I just turned a deluxe to about the same height, almost the same height as a Revenge of the Fallen Voyager toy, or first movie toy, considering that's a repaint. But yeah, this guy can get some pretty good height. That's about all the good he comes with. This guy's basically crap, to be honest. I really loathe this character. Like Scorponok, you make a toy out of Scorponok, the character that was only seen on screen for about 2 to 3 episodes at most. But the characters that got more screen time, no, they don't need toys. Who needs a beetle and whatever the other person was? And who needs a grasshopper, the dragster? Or a better version of Black Arachnia. More Arachnia. But let's get to the point here. This is sad. This thing is sad beyond expectations. I'm just gonna be blunt here. Yeah. The longer the legs are, the more top-heavy he is. And you have to be really careful in posing his legs, because those heel spurs may look big just because of the back. Well, he kind of stands up well. Thanks to heel spurs, more or less. It's just if you get the legs any higher, they have to be bent as such. Not, the figure will not stand upright. If they are not properly put into place, they will not stand up. His hands are virtually... He kind of suffers from real hand syndrome. Mainly because I do not consider whatever Scorponok had in the show as hands. If these are hands, kill me. Please. just rip my spark out. This is annoying. Like, and look, the arm flaps around like there's, like, oh, yeah, the leg, like, the arm, this arm is kind of ball jointed fine, but, oh, yeah, right, this piece doesn't want to stay in. There's a reason this unclips, and it's really annoying. Like, this robot mode doesn't like to stay together. The head pops off without any resistance. Like, the first time I tried to transform this thing, I popped the head right off the ball joint. True story. It's that bad. The ball joint isn't that tight. Yeah, and this piece continues to fall off without resistance. Yay. So, let's look at the articulation. Articulation is kind of limited thanks to the giant arm shoulder pad thingies. Shoulder, it's on a ball joint, a bicep tool and a mushroom peg, then elbow. That's about it for the arms. Head, it's on a ball joint. You can move around 160 degrees, 360 degree turn like that, and really that much up and that much down. Really not much. No waist swivel thanks to the articulate, thanks to transformation. Ball joint at the hip. Thigh swivel. No real knee bend, actually. Yeah. After you get past the thigh swivel, there's really no more articulation, because most of the articulation that goes into this keeps this thing from falling down. All you're going to get out of the legs is the thigh and the hip, and that really doesn't do much. The arms really are hindered, and when you do move this, yeah, the arm... Look, I'm going to be blunt with you. I only have one other figure from this line, because I find this line so unbearable. Because I find the show so unbearable. The only good point in that show was Soundwave's return, and then they threw him right back in. I fear for the show's career. The only other guy I have is Optimus Prime. Hero Optimus Prime, aka the 3-step changer. His articulation is just a shoulder swivel on both arms. No head, no legs, yet he is built better than this guy and feels a lot sturdier. Kids' meal toys. But this is kind of sad. Look, this is the main draw of the line. Yet, the design that's made for kids is better than this. The one made for adults. And this is my only Scorponok figure. Scorponok I consider a great character. He was a headmaster in the original G1. And in Energon I'm going to have to compliment here. I'm actually surprised I am. But the figure from that wasn't so bad. In fact, the robot mode encapsulated what he was, and what he really, truly was. This Scorponok was also remade into Parallax, which was in the show, but was an homage to the Beast Wars. I don't own Parallax, but I've heard he's much sturdier. He's a bit sturdier than whatever we got, than this guy. I should probably get into transformation, shouldn't I? Primus, help me. Okay. First off, sword has to go. This is his only accessory. I don't remember him having a weapon in the show. Mainly because he was only in the show for 2 to 3 episodes. And was only on screen about maybe 10 minutes. 20 at the most in all 3 episodes, combining all the episodes he was in. He then was arrested pretty darn quick. Next. So, what we're going to do is we're going to, you know, these are going to fall off anyway. Just flip that out. You're going to probably guess, yeah. These then open up here. We form the arms as such. Try to move these in as such. Then close the hands. Close the claws around them. For me, I prefer to move the arm like such. Because the ball joint on my, I'll show you in a bit. Mainly on this thing. Do the same thing on this side. Though we're going to skip doing that whole arm thing. I usually do it for a reason, and I'll show you in a bit. Tail goes out as such. Fold down the legs, unfurl them, fold up the feet. Make sure everything is such. Now this thing I'm going to show you step by step, because this actually does annoy me. Open up the backpack, that gets in the way. Fold up the head. Fold down the head. Now, you would think you would move this like that. No, not at all. You have his head sticking out the bottom. You just fold it up. You don't really do much with it. You just do it like that and it doesn't go farther. Next, we unfold and put it flush with the back. Then we fold his head up. I don't want to cheese. Look at this. This could have been all avoided if they could have made it so they could swivel around. But no, his face is peering out the bottom like, hey, I'm looking at the ground every time I'm a scorpion. Why? Why was this a thing? Fold his head up. That kind of helps, but not really. You still know it's there. Take the legs, fold them up as such. Then what we're going to do is we're going to fold this up and there we go. This one is probably not going to be this ragey as usual. But I mean, this... Okay, I have to say something about this right now. This is the best point I've ever had with transforming this figure. And why that is because usually when I transform this thing, this leg falls off without a moment's... Yeah, this thing usually falls off without a moment's notice. You hear no snap that it's secured. And usually, if I transform this guy and leave him like this, and if I touch the bottom more often than not, like even near the leg, the ball joint will pop off. Fold the tail. No, yeah. So let's get the other guy. Here we have Scorponok. There he is. Scorponok looks nice in his scorpion mode. I have to say, I give Hasbro credit. They did a good job with this. I have a few complaints in this mode as well. First off, the ball joints on the arms are poorly built, and are poorly weak. They're weak, they're loose, and they won't hold the arms up. That's why I have to move it as such. Because if I don't, the arm is just going to be as floppy as anything. That's why, when I fold up the arms, I don't just fold them up. I do this twist thing and then fold them up. To give you this. The arms don't look as flush, but I like the little... Oh, come on. You couldn't have just waited until the end to fall over. Look, I don't have a stand for this for my iPad Pro, so we're just gonna go with this. Yeah, you have a nice little tail. The tail is nice and articulated. The legs aren't. The arms, well, we only have the shoulder and the bicep, but even I'm not touching that, and that's stiff. You have a ball joint at the tail, a hinge joint here, and a hinge joint here. But you also have the ability to put the sword in as such. So that way, he now can go above his head. He can stab himself in the head. His mouth also hinges, which is a rarity. Now, before I continue, I'm also going to do this review. This thing really does annoy me, but it's not as ragey as most of my other figures. And I mean, size comparison, here's 3-step change Optimus. He's not as big, but, you know, to be honest, I still prefer this guy. Sure, he still feels shoddier than a movie Prime, but he actually works well. Unlike this floppy mess, this actually stays together. It's solid. Why is it that this feels worse? Like it feels like a knockoff figure than the actual, another official figure. Why does this official figure feel like a knockoff? I don't know. Why does this looks like it would be a knockoff? Feel official. I've been Scorponok Gamer, and this has been Scorponok. Next time we do this, it'll be a real rage fest.